Hello everyone, today I come up with a diploma science subject and the chapter name is a scalar and vector. Okay, if you like this video, please like, subscribe and share with your friends, and let's begin. And this video will also help for the diploma CET. Okay, then chapter name is a scalar and vector. And first, what do you mean by scalar? Scalar means quantity which is having a only magnitude but not a direction. It is having only magnitude but not in direction. So whereas vector has, it is opposite to it, but it has both the magnitude and direction. So vector means quantity in which it has both magnitude and direction. Next, concurrent forces. So it is the process of number of forces meeting at a point is called as a concurrent force. So what do you mean by coplanar force? Co means two, planar means plane. Okay, coplanar forces means the number of forces acting in a same plane. So it may be two forces or three forces which is acting on a same plane is called as a coplanar force. So where remember this one point, and system of two concurrent forces is always coplanar. Okay, then move to the next topic, resultant, equilibrium and equilibrant. Okay, then first one is a resultant. It is a combined effect of two or more forces acting on a body simultaneously, or else it can be say in this word also, number of forces acting on a body is that a single force which produces the same effect on a body. So it's called as a resultant. You can see the diagram here, force 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. That all the forces can be a force of an F. Okay, then next one is equilibrium. Here number of forces acting on a body simultaneously if the body remains at a rest. So below you can see the figure there, force 1, force 2, force 3 and force 5. All the forces are acting on a same point, to the same point means for the one body, but that body doesn't changing its places or moving from one place to another place. It remains but it remains in rest. So that is what called as equilibrium. What do you mean by equilibrium? It means if a single force acting on a body together with a number of forces keeping the body in equilibrium. So here applied forces and the forces applied by the to the one object, so the both are in equilibrium, so it is called an equilibriant. The equilibriant is equal and opposite to the resultant, so it is R is equals to R dash, is nothing but magnitude into direction. Laws of forces. First one, parallelogram law. If two forces acting at a point simultaneously are represented vectorially by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then there is a resultant is represented vectorially by the diagonal through a point. So you can see the diagram above. So here AP is a one force and AQ is another force, so which is pointed for the point A. So it is a two direction of an adjacent sides. Then the resultant is AC is a resultant of this two adjacent sides of forces. Then you can see the magnitude of a resultant. Its formula is R is equals to square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. And next one, direction of the resultant can be calculated by using this formula, that is alpha, and alpha or as in theta is equals to tan inverse of Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. Here we have some of the cases. In first case, when two forces act along the straight line in the same direction, so what will be the resultant and magnitude? So here resultant is maximum. How means? So let me consider two forces acting in the same straight line, means in the same direction. So then the angle between them is always 0. So consider theta is equals to 0. So cos theta is equals to 1 and sin theta is equals to 0. So r is equals to square root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta, and apply the theta value and you will get r is equals to p plus q, and it is in a maximum, where same as it is for the direction of the resultant, and it is a 0 degree. So is equals to direction of an pq, p and q. And next one, case 2. So when the two forces are acting along the straight line in opposite direction, so when opposite direction forces are there, then the angle between them is 180 degree. So consider theta is equals to 180 degree, then apply on both magnitude and direction of the resultant, and you will get r is equals to p minus q, that is minimum, and theta is equals to 180 degree. And then case 3. So when the two forces act perpendicular to each other, then the angle between them is 90 degree, and consider theta is equals to 90 degree, and r is equals to, you will get r is equals to square root of p square plus q square, and theta means what direction of the resultant, alpha is equals to tan inverse of theta sin theta divided by p plus q cos theta. So we can write it this one as alpha is equals to tan inverse of q by p. Move on to the next topic, triangle of forces. So in theory part we can define it as if three forces acting at a point simultaneously can be represented both in a magnitude and direction by the three sides of a triangle taken in a order, then the forces will be keep in a point equilibrium. And according to the lab definition, so if two forces acting at a point simultaneously are represented by vectorially of the two adjacent sides of a triangle, then the resultant is a third side in opposite direction. It is very so simple, you can understand very easily. If the directions are adjacent sides which is derived from one point and the same direction, then the resultant is in a opposite direction. Okay, then next one, it can be written as P by AB is equals to Q by BC equals to R by CA. Then polygonal law of forces. The number of forces acting on a body which represents both magnitude and direction, then the resultant is in opposite direction. You can take here so many of the number forces, means force 1, force 2, force 3, force 4 and force 5. All these forces are moving in the same direction, but the resultant is in a opposite direction from starting point to the ending point. That is called polygonal law of forces. Then next one, Lami's theorem. If three forces, coplanar forces, acting at a point, keep it in equilibrium, then each force is proportional to the sine of an angle between other two forces. Then formula is P by sine alpha, Q by sine beta equals R by sine gamma. You can go through the diagram here there and you will understand that. Next, resolution of a vector. So what do you mean by resolution? The process of splitting up the forces into its components, that is called resolution. So when a force F act at the angle theta with the horizontal, then horizontal component is H is equals to F cos theta and vertical component V is equals to F sin theta. So below I have given one example. Considering a F is equals to 100 and theta is equals to 60 degree, and find horizontal and vertical component. So horizontal formula is H is equals to F cos theta and vertical component formula is V is equals to F sin theta. So theta consider as 60 degree and cos 60 is 1 by 2 and here sin 60 is root 3 by 2. So apply for this horizontal component formula and vertical component formula. You will get 50 Newton for horizontal and 50 into root 3 Newton for vertical component. And next for total force. F is equals to square root of horizontal square plus vertical square component. So you have both horizontal and vertical component forces and apply that values in the formula and you will get an answer 100. Thanks for watching guys. Please do like, subscribe, and share. That what encourages me to make more videos on these topics. Thank you. Hello everyone, today I come up with a diploma science subject.